Everyone, it is another day Halloween decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton. Mr. Skeleton, you're sleeping on the job already, sir. Okay, come on, let's sit up straight. Maybe it's my purse that's weighing you down. I'm sorry, sir. Anyways, what we're going to talk about, we're Halloween decor hunting today. We got places to go, Halloween to see today. Today is the day of the Bath & Body Works Halloween release. And somehow, every single year on the Halloween release, on the Monday, I get my nails done. Every time. Every year for the past 3, maybe 4 years. On the day of the Bath & Body Works release, I get my nails done. And I know this because I miss the opening every year. And I have to end up going after I get my nails done every single time. So, not that it's a bad thing. I just, I get the FOMO. I want to be there at opening. I want to see the whole spread. I want to see the perfection. I want to see the spooky displays. I do. So anyways, I got my nails done. I got some new spooky nails. These are the most magical nails I may have ever gotten. They've got these bats, 3D bats with this mystical, magical, iridescent, I don't even know, magic, 3D, I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. Whatever it is, it's magic. Per usual, whatever sorcery my nail tech works on my nails, she nailed it, quite literally. So anyways, we're heading out to Bath & Body Works. It's 12:30, so hopefully we didn't miss out on the spooky goods. And we're going to go to the Bath & Body Works at the mall because I feel like people are probably more likely to wait in line or wait outside in the parking lot at the standalone stores. So I'm hoping I have better luck at finding a whole display at the mall store. I'm not gonna lie, I already got on their online release. They had a members, if you have their app, they had an exclusive, an early access to app members or whatever. And I already ordered some of the stuff I was wanting from the early access. It hasn't arrived yet at my house, so I haven't seen any of this in the flesh, but I did see it online, pictures of it. So this is my first time seeing any of the packaging, anything in the flesh. I'm so freaking excited. We're here at the mall. We're going into Bath & Body Works. Here we go. I can smell the pumpkin spice from here. Look at this spooky display. Dang. All the vampire blood. Look at this packaging. This is so beautiful. I love this. Look at this spider guy. I don't know if you can hear the spooky music it plays. They also have the hearse pocket back holder. Wait, what does this guy do? I love this. I'm gonna have to get this. How do we feel about this packaging? Thoughts? All right, Mr. Skeleton, we saw all the spooky goods at Bath & Body Works. We saw all of it in all of its glory. Nothing was sold out that I could tell. All the displays were beautiful. Let's start, where do we want to start? Let's start with, we'll jab our jaws while we're on our way to HomeGoods. We'll start with the vampire blood whole setup because the display was right there, front and center, right when you walk in, and it was glorious. The spooky displays did not disappoint. I'm going to put that out there. This one, they had all the vampire blood stuff. When I first saw the leaks of the Bath & Body Works packaging, it was all of the cutesy 3-wick candles and the cutesy, what do you call them, soap dispenser things. But the actual packaging, the majority of the packaging, in my opinion, feels like an all year round spooky packaging because it is kind of a classier, it's got a lot of jewels, and I feel like it gives this, especially in the vampire bloodline, it gives very much a vampire vibe. I'm getting luxurious, rich vampire live in a castle kind of situation. Anyways, they had a bunch of vampire blood stuff. They had the body spray, they had the body lotions, the creams, the fizzy sparkly lotion stuff. I don't know, I tried it out, I'm not gonna lie. and it was actually really cool. They had a soap holder that was this kind of silicone feel, and it had skulls at the bottom, this big spider that kind of wraps around. That one was really cool, and it plays music, so when you press down on it to get soap in your hand, it plays music. They also had the vampire blood fragrance boosters for your laundry, which I'm so excited that they're incorporating the Halloween into the fragrance boosters, but I wish they had it in the pumpkin scent. I don't know about anybody else, but I want my laundry to smell like pumpkin spice October. I'm thinking maybe they assume that people don't like that for their laundry, but they obviously don't know us, y'all, because I know many a spooky folk who would freaking love pumpkin smelling laundry. Who wouldn't love that? I feel like pumpkin spice laundry is all we need. That's exactly what we need, everybody. And they also had the hearse candle, like 3-wick candle holder in this area. And it was kind of like the carriage last year, if you remember that one. But this one's a hearse, and it has the skeleton driver. They also had the little hearse pocket back holder that played music. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear the music. Oh, that's a parking spot right freaking there, y'all. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear the music because there was a lot of loud music going on in the store, but you'll see it in a haul coming up. I love this. But the display was beautiful. I love the aesthetic. It looked gorgeous. Then on the other side, they had some pumpkin carving. I don't know why the pumpkin carving is their smallest line out of all of the scents. I feel like we get a soap and a candle, and that's all we get. Oh, and a little like hand sanitizer. I don't know. Either way, I feel like it's the smallest line, but I love that scent. The pumpkin carving scent is my favorite every year. It is the perfect blend of pumpkin and cinnamon. It singes your nose hairs just right. But they only gave us, I believe, one packaging. We don't get the fancy packaging. We just get like a candle and a soap, and that's it. So, and we don't get the fragrance boosters, like I just went on a whole rant about. And then they had the pumpkin carving candle, which had little skeletons dancing around in bright colors and flowers. I mean, it was really cutesy, I'm not gonna lie. I wish they would have given us a cool pumpkin carving candle packaging, like the classy one with maybe a cool topper that had jack-o'-lanterns and spider webs or some bats or something. Just give us anything in the pumpkin carving for us pumpkin carving fans out there. If anyone else loves that scent, let me know in the comments because I can't get enough of it. But they had it on a pedestal, a cat pedestal. It was a black cat with green eyes. And then they also had a cat pocket back holder with little bedazzlements all over it. They also had the snake stuff. They had the snake plug-in, the snake car freshener container thing. They had a candle that had a gold snake topper, and then they had one gold snake candle pedestal. They only had one left, and it was beautiful. That's a great all year round piece in my opinion. I don't know if anyone else is thinking the same thing, but I feel like a gold snake could be any time. And then they also had a bunch of their plugins in this area, like a whole area of plugins. They had their spooky house plugin, which is giving Haunted Mansion vibes to me. I don't know if anyone else is getting that, but with like tentacles and stuff, or krakens, or I don't know what's going on this year with that house theme. If you want my honest opinion about it, if I have to give my opinion about it, I'm not the craziest about the white house because it doesn't, I like a good dark decor, but I feel like it's time to switch it up. So I'm not mad at it. It's just not my personal favorite. And it might be like the only house that I pass up on this year because, and they didn't have it even plugged in, but I know when they plug in, it has like the tentacles that come up, like it projects onto the wall. And I think they're like $60. And I might actually pass on it this year. I hate to say that. I collect it every year. And part of me just wants to get it because I know I collect it. But I don't know if I can do it. It doesn't go with any of my decor. I don't know if anyone else is running into the same thing with some of this stuff. But anyways, the one that I loved though, out of all the plugins, they had this little cocktail glass with little eyeballs in it. I love this for like a little bar area. They also had a chandelier with an eyeball at the top. And they also had the Batterfly, which is like a bat butterfly combo They had a jack-o'-lantern with like a purple inside. They had a black cat that was like kind of like a velvet look. And then what else did they have? Did they have a ghostie? They had a ghostie. And then they also had another spooky display of the Ghoul Friend scent, which we see every year. And it was lots of pinks and purples, that kind of color scheme. Same thing as the vampire blood as far as concept. Like they had the body spray, the body cream, the lotions, the, what do you call it, hand sanitizers, and a similar kind of look to the packaging where it looked like it had crystals and diamonds or whatever crushed on the front. They also had a cutesy packaging for one of the candles. They had the classy packaging, and then they had the cutesy packaging with the skeletons and the pinks and the purples, and then they also had the cutesy packaging and the soap. So you get two different options. And then they had over here, they had a candle pedestal that had a skull in it, and it lit up. It looked like a crystal ball. It was really, really cool in person. They also had this black jack-o'-lantern with these, it almost looked like crushed purple amethyst kind of situation on the inside. Like it looked like crystals on the inside, and it glowed. This was way cooler in person than in pictures. They also had, what was their little pocket back holder? I think it was like a skull with little bedazzlement eyes. And what else do they have in here? There was like another tentacle thing. Was it a pedestal? Or no, it was a hand soap holder that had tentacles, I think, that kind of came up, and it holds hand soap. They also had the witchy hand back this year. This one holds the body sprays, and it was a witchy hand with these kind of purple crystals coming up the bottom. But the witchy hand was back once again, and a really good dark all year round piece in my opinion. Then on the other side, they had this candle pedestal that had these branches that kind of come up, and then there's a skeleton on the inside. I believe the skeleton glows in the dark too, and it has little tombstones. Looks like the skeleton's dancing around. I loved this piece because a good old Mr. Skeleton, you know I love this piece. And they also had another spooky display, and they said that this scent was new this year. It's called Candy Apple, or no, Green Apple Cauldron, I think. And they said it's slightly different than previous years because it doesn't have a super strong caramel smell. It's more of like a fresh apple scent. And I agree. I actually prefer this new scent, this Green Apple Cauldron. It's really fresh smelling. It almost smells like a green apple version of country apple, like the old school country apple at Bath & Body Works. If you know, you know country apple. Kind of like that, but with a green apple scent. Then they also had the candle packaging that had the cool lid, and the lid on this one, it was really interesting. When you turn it to the side, it has like this holographic, like the woman that's in the house, their luminary, which I'll get to here in a second, and the little plug-in, there's like a lady. It's giving Haunted Mansion vibes for sure. And then they had a little ghosty pocket back holder, and I believe that one also played music or did something. They also had the luminary, front row center. I think they only had one there. It's basically the big version of the Haunted House plug-in. It's like a huge luminary. It's white. It has the wraithy, ghostly lady in the doorway. It has a black cat on the side. I think it's got the tentacles that come up. It's like a big version of the plug-in. It is so beautiful in person. So I will say, in my opinion, over the years, Bath & Body Works has never disappointed me as far as quality goes. I get why it's a little more expensive. Anyways, my freaking camera overheated while I was on some rant about the prices and quality at Bath & Body Works. I didn't get all the prices of all the things, but I was just wrapping up the candy apple cauldron or green apple cauldron situation. And there were a couple more pedestals left. One pedestal had tentacles and this eyeball that rotates. We've seen the rotating eyeball in years past, but this one had the tentacles and the iridescent situation and the glitter, and it all rotated. It was really cool actually in person. And then they also had a ghosty pedestal that was so cute. It's like this iridescent ghosty. And what was the new candle that was on top? It was something martini, cauldron martini, or something martini, I think. And it smelled very sweet, very, very fruity, very sweet. And I like the green apple scent better, I'm not gonna lie. So I think that's all we saw in this area. Oh no, wait, I did see a couple extra pocket back holders in the front. They had like a little pumpkin latte looking one that had a little jack-o'-lantern mug with whipped cream. And they also had a cute little fall, I think it was fall, little mushroom toadstool guy. But anything else I'm missing, I'll show here. And I'm probably gonna kick myself for not talking about it because there was so much to see. The spooky displays were displaying. They did not disappoint. The only negative thing I have to say about this line, I just want some pumpkin spice fragrance boosters. That's what I want. Pumpkin spice fragrance boosters and a whole pumpkin carving line. Bath and Body Works, if you're out there, pumpkin carving lotion, sprays, I want it all. I want to smell like a cinnamon pumpkin all year round is what I'm trying to say. So anyways, that's what we saw at Bath and Body Works. Anything else I'm missing, I'll show here. But it was so beautiful. I'm so glad we saw the full displays, the full layout. Oh, it was so good. Anyways, we're here at HomeGoods. We're going to run in really quickly because I got to get back home. All right, we're here at HomeGoods. We're going in. All right, we just left HomeGoods and there was some new stuff, but honestly, I don't know if it's just because it was more spread out. Like they had a couple of aisles instead of just one. But it didn't look like, I don't know, it looks kind of picked over. Or I don't know if it's just like Monday. So Monday kind of is the day that they're getting everything kind of rearranged and reorganized before they bring a bunch of stuff out. But anyways, we saw some new spooky goods in there. They had a candlestick holder with little bats on it. And they had some newer, bigger pieces in this area. Like a big mummy and was there a ghosty? I think we saw several ghosties. This year is another year of the ghost. And they saw a couple of new water globes. There was one that had a crow in it that was really pretty. Just a plain black pedestal. Okay, this one was Martha Stewart. And let me say this about the Martha Stewart goth stuff. Or the that's what I call it. But Martha Stewart Halloween stuff. I feel like most of the Martha Stewart Halloween stuff can be used for all year round dark decor, which is why I love the Martha Stewart stuff. They also had another water globe that had ghosties and like a spooky house. And then they had a ghoulish garden piece that was really cool. It was a black flower with a googly eye in there, or just an eyeball is what it was in there. And then they had a really pretty kind of floral piece that had stacked books with a skull and some mossy looking situations and floral. That was really pretty. And what else? Did we see some tombstones? I feel like we saw a couple of tombstones, or maybe just one, but there were some tombstone situations. We saw some signs. One said boo, one said stay spooky. They were kind of wooden looking. They had, what else in this area? I don't know, a bunch of stuff scattered everywhere, but some bigger pieces, smaller pieces, lots of stuff we've already seen. So like little fairies and cutesy little jack-o'-lanterns and ghosties and mummies, lots of cutesy stuff today. Pastel pieces, all that kind of stuff. Then anything else, I know I'm missing a bunch of stuff. Nothing really stood out to me today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of on the hunt. You guys are never gonna guess what I'm on the hunt for. You're never gonna guess. It's another year of the Headless Horseman, y'all. Another year, because freaking HomeGoods had to put out another new Headless Horseman. And there are two versions that are so good. So one is like the classic version that we hunted for years. If you know the Headless Horseman statue, the black one with the horse that's on his hind legs, and the Headless Horseman's got the freaking jack-o'-lantern. If you know, you know it. I used to decorate every year with the Headless Horseman right at the center of my mantle every single year. And it's my favorite piece. And you know, also, if you've been around here, that I've broken a couple of them and my soul shatters every time. So anyways, this piece is kind of like silvery, gunmetal-y. I don't even know how to describe it. And then it's like a different situation. Like I believe the horseman's holding, he's holding the jack-o'-lantern a different way. It's a whole different color scheme. It's a whole different, I need to get over, people. Like, we're driving on the highway. You can't just not let people over. Like, this is ridiculous. Okay. Anyways, it's like a whole different vibe than the other Headless Horseman. The other Headless Horseman was more like a silhouette, which I loved. This one has the detail. It's got major detail. And everything is just, it's so good. Then there's another Headless Horseman. So, you know, how there's the version that's standing up and he's wearing the armor. We've been seeing that the last couple of years. They have a new version where he's wearing his kind of Victorian garb, but this one has the blousey shirt with the jacket. I need it, y'all. I need it. So I'm on the hunt for those pieces. A couple other pieces I'm on the hunt for, but I'm not counting on finding them. First of all, I'm not counting on finding any of these this year. I do a lot of hunting, but we have a lot of resellers in my area, and I already know, they know it's popular. They're gonna swoop these pieces up. I usually don't get my heart too set on it, and then if I find it, I get really excited. And then if not, then I look for it again next year, because usually the really popular pieces will be back next year. Anyways, we got off topic. I got on a rant about my wish list, but we're back on the hunt. Focus, Jade, focus. Okay, so we saw some stuff in the like placemats, table runners, that kind of area. They had some Joanna Parker placemats with a crow and jack-o'-lanterns. I think they had another placemat. Did they? Was it black with something on it? I don't remember. And then they had some table runners. They had ones with jack-o'-lanterns. They had ones with spider webs. They had one with ghosties on it. They had, what were some of the other ones? I think maybe that's it. They had a bunch of spooky table runners. And then they had, in the ceramics area, they had some new mugs. They had a pastel pink spiderweb mug, and it was also iridescent, I think. And then they had a Snoopy. Was there a new Snoopy mug, or did we already see that one? And they had a couple Halloween ones that I feel like we saw last year. Maybe it was over the last couple of years. They look more vintagey. They have the stacked jack-o'-lanterns with the wig on. And then they've got another one that has I think just a jack-o'-lantern and branchy trees and stuff. I don't know, but they had a bunch of different mugs. But some of them we had already seen. Oh, there was like a glass. It was like a glass mug that was purple with ghosties on it, or what was it, skulls? I don't know, I'm getting all confused now. My memory is shot today. And then they had some bowls. They had some Lilo and Stitch bowls. They had some little measuring cups with little bats all over. It was black and white. They had a tray that had a skull on it that was kind of Victorian looking. And then they had a couple of little blue sky pieces, some little cottage looking houses. And I think they had 2 of those. And then what else did we see in this area? Anything else I'm missing, I'll show here. And then they had a couple of new blankets. They had a faux fur blanket that was white with purple cats. And then another purple one that was like purple checker with purple bats all over it. And they had a couple of new pillows too. They had a pillow that was like a Ouija planchette. They had one that was a poison bottle. And then I think there was one with ghosties on it. And was there one with jack-o'-lanterns on it? And then they had a pink pillow with, I think, ghosties on it, and a pink candy corn pillow, and a bunch of stuff like that. So a bunch of new pillows, but a lot of it was repeats from last year. I feel like a lot of it was the picked over stuff. I'm just gonna put that out there. It looked very picked over from the weekend. So maybe they just haven't gotten all their stuff out, or they're rearranging shelves, or I don't know what's going on, but it was kind of slim pickings as far as new stuff. So you win some, you lose some, but we saw a fully stocked Bath and Body Works, fully stocked Halloween, glorious spooky displays. The spooky displays at Bath & Body Works made my soul so happy. I love a good organized aesthetic looking display. It was beautiful. Anyways, I want to get this video out quickly. I'm not going to add this to any other days just because I want everyone to see the Bath & Body Works stuff. So if you're wanting to get your claws on it, you want to see what's out there, and you can get your claws on it while it's not picked over. Anyways, thank you for hanging out here and Halloween decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Say hey ghoul hey down in the comments, because you know I love talking to you. Anyways, let me know down in the comments how you feel about the Bath & Body Works line. Did you get anything from the line? What are your favorite pieces? What do you like? What do you not like? What do you hope for in the future? Let me know down in the comments what you think. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back on the hunt.